In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on August 16, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs and Pittsburgh Pirates continue their series at Wrigley Field on Saturday. After Pittsburgh snagged a 3-2 upset in the opener, Chicago still holds a 5-3 edge in the season series despite Friday's loss, and this matchup tilts toward the Cubs with the way the pitching lines up. Shota Imanaga handled the Pirates back in late April, spinning 5 scoreless frames with 6 hits and just 1 walk, and his home splits have been tough on hitters. Chicago hasn't exactly been rolling lately, but it hasn't been getting swept either, and when it does win, the margins have often been comfortable. 5 of the Cubs' last 6 victories have come by at least 2 runs, with 3 of those by 5 or more, which pairs well with their advantage on the mound. Opponents have struggled to square up Imanaga at Wrigley, and Pittsburgh's swing and miss tendencies play into his strengths. On the other side, Burrows has had a rough go on the road with a 4.63 earned run average across 6 away appearances and 10 earned runs allowed over his last 2 starts. While Chicago's most recent 3 wins over Pittsburgh were by a single run, their 9-0 result the last time Imanaga saw the Pirates is a reminder of how lopsided this can get when he's in rhythm. The Cubs are 6-4 against the Pirates over the last 10 meetings, and 3 wins in that span have come by at least 5 runs. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Scoring has been hard to come by when these teams meet, with the total sitting at 1-6-1 to the over across 8 head-to-head games and the under cashing in 5 straight. Chicago hasn't allowed more than 3 runs in any of Imanaga's last 3 starts, and while Burrows has had his struggles this season, he turned in a solid outing in a 2-1 Pirates loss to the Cubs on June 14th. Given the recent trend of tight, low-scoring contests between these clubs and the quality at the top of this pitching matchup, runs should be at a premium again. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Rangers versus Toronto Blue Jays. The Rangers head north of the border for Game 2 against Toronto after the Blue Jays rallied with a 4-run 8th to win 6-5 on Friday. That late surge highlighted timely hitting for Toronto and also put a spotlight on Texas's current bullpen volatility. The Rangers' relief corps has generally been a strength, but some key late-inning arms have wobbled recently, and the unit feels unstable. Toronto has been playing well, stacking wins and swinging the bats with confidence, which sets up favorably again on Saturday. It's a lefty-lefty matchup on the mound, and the offensive profiles tilt toward Toronto. The Blue Jays have handled southpaws well, while Texas has struggled more in those splits. On pure form, the home starter has been sharper, carrying one of his best seasons with strong run prevention and reverse splits that have limited right-handed bats. Texas arrives a bit depleted offensively, and this is a difficult runway to lift off against a lefty who's been in rhythm. Even if the Rangers starter has been better than expected this year, the preference is still to fade him in this spot, especially with several Jays bats having had prior success in the matchup. Toronto has been finding different ways to win, and this is another good opportunity to keep that rolling. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. The earlier series between these clubs skewed low scoring, and both teams bring recent under trends into this one. Toronto has cashed unders in a small streak, and Texas has leaned under in several of their starters' recent outings as well as in a majority of their last handful of games overall. Given the matchup characteristics, lefty versus lefty, a Rangers offense that hasn't thrived in this split, and a Jays arm suppressing contact, this projects as another game where runs are at a premium. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Phillies versus Washington Nationals. The Philadelphia Phillies and Washington Nationals meet Saturday afternoon in Washington for the third game of their four-game set, with Philadelphia holding a 3-2 edge in the season series to this point. Taijuan Walker gets the ball for Philadelphia, bringing strong recent form with 12 innings of one-run ball over his last two starts and a season-long pattern of limiting damage, often holding opponents to a run or fewer. The Phillies have also won 4 of his last 5 outings, and he matches up well here against a Nationals lineup that's been swinging it well over the past week but has historically struggled against him across a decent sample. On the other side, Cade Cavalli takes the mound for Washington after 2 starts this season in which he's allowed 10 hits and 4 runs over 9.1 innings, with most of the trouble coming in his most recent turn. He'll face a Phillies offense that ranks well in batting average, hits, and runs, which is a difficult assignment for a young arm. Beyond the starters, Washington's bullpen has been a season-long problem, sitting at the bottom of the league by most measures, and the Nationals' overall home mark lags while Philadelphia has been serviceable on the road. The pitching edge and lineup depth point to Philadelphia maintaining control. As our first pick for this matchup, the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. Run scoring upside is clear on the Phillies side, particularly if they get into Washington's relief corps early, and Cavalli's inexperience raises the chance of a crooked inning. Walker's form suggests Washington may still scratch a few across, especially given their recent contact quality, which helps the total. The Nationals' bullpen metrics, runs allowed, traffic, and hard contact further support late scoring, and Philadelphia's offense has the profile to stack innings. With Washington showing enough pop lately to contribute, double-digit combined runs are within reach. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus New York Mets. The Seattle Mariners and the New York Mets are back at it on Saturday afternoon for the second game of their 3-game series. The Mets just can't seem to get out of their own way right now, dropping loss after loss, and until they turn things around, the smart play is to keep fading them. McClain might be a notable prospect. He's highly regarded and not your run-of-the-mill rookie, but I never feel comfortable backing pitchers in their big league debut because we simply don't have enough to go on. On the other hand, Wu has held his own this season, allowing only 4 runs over his last 13 innings of work. Nothing about this spot makes me want to side with the Mets. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. When you shift attention to the bullpens, both clubs have been solid. Seattle's relievers are sitting 8th in the league with a 3.64 earned run average, and New York isn't too far behind, ranked 11th with a 3.77 mark. But at the plate, neither side has been lighting it up since the All-Star break. The Mariners have averaged just 3.96 runs across 26 games, while the Mets haven't been much better with 4.54 runs per contest in 24 tries. History between these two teams points toward lower scoring affairs as well, with the under cashing 3 times and pushing once in their last 6 matchups. All of this leans toward another tight, low-scoring game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Marlins versus Boston Red Sox. The Miami Marlins continue their interleague series with the Boston Red Sox on Saturday afternoon at Fenway Park, playing the middle game of this 3-game set. Things haven't been going well for Miami since their sweep of the Yankees, as the team has fallen apart since that high point. Quantrill hasn't been able to stop the slide either, bringing in a 5.09 earned run average and 1.35 WHIP on the year. Over his last 8.1 innings, he's been tagged for 12 hits and 8 runs, and on the road, his numbers aren't any better with a 5.03 earned run average and opponents hitting .258 against him. Bello, meanwhile, has been much more reliable for the Sox. He's allowed only 6 earned runs across 18.2 frames in his last 3 appearances, and at home he's been sharp with a 3.09 earned run average over 81.2 innings this season. With the Marlins struggling in all phases, it's tough to side with them here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. When you look at recent form, both pitchers have been keeping games somewhat under control. In their last 7 outings, Quantrill has posted a 4.36 earned run average with a 1.21 WHIP across 33 innings, and Bello has been even better, going 4-3 with a 2.98 earned run average and a tidy 1.15 WHIP in 45.1 frames. Both bullpens add more reasons to expect limited scoring. Miami's relief corps sits 19th in the league with a 4.2 earned run average, while Boston Boston's bullpen has been far stronger, ranking third in baseball with a 3.35 earned run average. Even when these teams have met lately, the games haven't erupted offensively, though 2 of the last 3 did end up on the higher side of the number. Still, the overall picture, pitchers trending decently and bullpens capable, leans to another lower scoring game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.